Hello aspirants, it is a well-established fact that anthropology is one of the most preferred optional subjects by many UPSC toppers. Do you know why? And it is also well understood that anthropology is one of the most scoring subjects. Do you know how can you score better? And are you still confused whether to choose anthropology as an optional subject or not? So friends, today, come on, let's dive into the fascinating world of anthropology and let's try to decode anthropology as one of the optional subjects for UPSC Civil Services Examination. And not only this, let us try to know everything about the anthropology optional. So starting from what is anthropology to myths and realities about the anthropology optional. So our major agenda in today's discussion would be to know basically what is anthropology and why to choose anthropology as an optional subject, and then whether it is scoring subject or not, and what would be the strategy. That is, let us also know one summarized strategy to score better in anthropology optional. And apart from that, let us try to explore into some of the myths and realities about anthropology optional. So friends, with this, let us begin the discussion. Before going to the discussion, let me introduce myself. So myself, Dr. Suresh Guramkunda, and I am the faculty of anthropology at SRIRAM's IAS. So I welcome you all to this session on behalf of SRIRAM's IAS. So friends, let's begin the session with the very basic question that what is anthropology? So most of you might have heard the word anthropology, or you might have apted anthropology as an optional subject, but you might not have understood the word anthropology yet. So now let's put a kind of effort to understand what is anthropology. So in simple fashion to define, anthropology is nothing but it's a systematic study of human beings both in time and space. So in very simple fashion, that is. So if you see etymologically what is the anthropology, so the word anthropology has been derived from two Greek words. One is anthropos and other one is logos. So in Greek, anthropos refers to human beings or man, and in Greek, logos refers to study or the science. So in very simple fashion, that is etymologically speaking, the word anthropology can be defined as study of human beings or the science of humanity. So when we are saying that if we systematically study about human beings, so what does we do here? So anthropology systematically aims to understand this and study various aspects, like it could be biological aspects, linguistic aspects, socio-cultural aspects, or archaeological aspects of the human beings in a systematic fashion. So that's the subject matter of anthropology. So friends, anthropology is not about merely studying about the tribes. Rather, it is studying about you and me, that is we as a human beings. So whatever human beings will do, it would be the subject matter of anthropology. Starting from food to fashion, starting from clothes to culture, starting from everything, like we will systematically study in anthropology. So here, like, let's try to explore more about the aspects that why to choose anthropology. So the big question of the day is why anthropology is one of the most preferred optional subjects by many toppers. So if you see some parameters, so first parameter is that if you look at the nature of the subject is predominantly static in nature. That means once you prepare with the anthropology optional subject with proper notes, then it is done forever. You don't need to just put much extra efforts in it. That's one beauty of the subject. Then nature of the syllabus. So the syllabus is very well defined and it is clearly mentioned in the notification itself. So where if you systematically prepare for the word by word which is mentioned in the syllabus, that itself is more than enough to score better marks. So thing is that you need to possess a good handwritten notes for the same. That's one important thing that you have to keep in mind. Then if you see from the perspective of the scoring prospects, so this is one such optional subject where you can score very well. That means you can easily score more than 300 plus with the right strategy and with the right approach. So this is a disclaimer. Then if you just try to check some of the evidences of the marks. So there you can see that the top mark in Anthropology Optional was 362 out of 500. Just imagine, 362 out of 500 means it's a very good progress and prospects in the UPSC Civil Services Examination. So in 2017, Ayush Sinha scored around 350. That's another evidence and substantiation. And there were so many toppers who have selected, like think about the Anudeep Durshetty, he got All India Rank 1 in 2017. Think about Shubham Kumar, he got All India Rank 1 in 2020. So they were all were some of the top scorers in Anthropology Optional. So actually Anthropology took them to the highest ladder in the mains as well as the selection list. So that's one thing. So you can be the next topper with good score in Anthropology. So isn't it motivating you to pick Anthropology as an optional? It must motivate you, right? Now let's go back and look with respect to the next criteria. So look at the success rate. So Anthropology is one of these optional subject with very good success rate. Good success rate means here, friends, 10 out of 100 students who have opted Anthropology as an optional will be selected. So that's the scoring prospect higher, that's the success rate, right? Then if you see syllabus overlapping, so a very good chunk of the general studies will overlap with the Anthropology syllabus. So friends, trust me, Anthropology is a beautiful blend of various general studies subjects. What do you mean by blend? That means starting from Indian society to art and culture, and starting from your history to technology, and starting from your geography to the environment ecology. You can see the relevance of each and every general studies subject in Anthropology, because all these disciplines has been created by human beings, and in Anthropology we will systematically study about human beings. So therefore all the relevance of each and every general studies subject can be felt in the Anthropology Optional. So that's the beauty of the subject, right? Apart from this, Anthropology is a discipline of infinite curiosity, which is one of the most interesting subject to study, because the subject of study is human beings, and the object of study, that the one who is studying is also human being. That means you and I, both of us, are going to study about us. Isn't it interesting that the object of study and the subject of study is same? So we are going to explore about ourselves. That is, you and I, us, both of us are going to study about us. That is, who are we? From where we came from? What about the biological origin of us? Who are our ancestors? And what about our socio-cultural aspects and how they have been evolved? And we are communicating with language. So how language has been originated? And what about our past history? So what about our cultures, past cultures? So all such aspects we'll be exploring in Anthropology, right? And Anthropology is not merely about studying tribes. Rather, it is studying about you, us, our daily choices and our daily preferences, and whatever we do in day-to-day activities. That all comes under the subject matter of Anthropology. So that makes Anthropology an interesting subject. So try to understand this logic. So not only from academic perspective, but actually if you learn Anthropology, then it makes you more humane. So that's the beauty of Anthropology. So all these reasons will make Anthropology as one of the most preferred optional subjects by many UPSC toppers. So let us have a glance into the syllabus of Anthropology, what we will learn here. So the entire syllabus can be divided systematically into two papers. One is paper 1, where we will study about general anthropology, and other one is paper 2, where we will study about the Indian anthropology in a systematic fashion. So paper 1 deals with, that is general anthropology, deals with some aspects like physical anthropology, where we will systematically study about some of the biological aspects of human beings, like what about life, how life originated, how humans evolved. So all such aspects we will be learning in the physical anthropology. Then Socio-cultural anthropology, where we will systematically try to explore about what is society, what is culture, what about various socio-cultural institutions, and we will systematically learn how various socio-cultural institutions have evolved. So what are socio-cultural institutions? Your family, your marriage, our kinship, our economic organization, our political organization. So all of them together constitute the socio-cultural institutions. So we'll systematically learn how they have been evolved, how they have been understood, how they can be understood in socio-cultural anthropology. Then we have linguistic anthropology. So there we will systematically study what is language, how language will be influenced by the culture, and how it originated, what are the various theories associated with it, how we can classify language, and language as a medium of communication. So all those aspects we'll study in linguistic anthropology. Then we have archaeological anthropology. So in archaeological anthropology, we will try to reconstruct the past with the available material remains, and we will try to explore about the past cultures. So how human beings have been originated from the past. So past cultures, how they were. So that we'll be looking in archaeological anthropology. So this sums up paper 1. And then if you see paper 2, so we will systematically study about the one section that is Indian anthropology, where we will try to understand how culture and civilization has been originated in India. What about the demographic setup of India, distribution of the demography of India, then various aspects like how about the village studies in India, and then what are the traditional social system of India, like what is Varnashram, what is Purushartha, Karma, Rina, Rebirth, all such general aspects we'll be studying in Indian anthropology, right? Then we have a section that is tribal anthropology, where we will systematically explore about the different types of tribes, classification of the tribes, and their distribution, and their characteristics, their problems, welfare schemes, and the movements. So all aspects we will systematically study in tribal anthropology. So this would be the subject matter and syllabus of anthropology. Is that clear? Now, let us move ahead and let us try to understand more about a samurai strategy to crack UPSC with anthropology as an optional. So we must and should know a best strategy for getting more marks in anthropology optional. So first and foremost thing that you have to keep when you take anthropology as an optional subject is that first thing, you have to master the syllabus and select the best resources. That's the first and foremost step that should be there in your strategy. So you must know each and every word that is mentioned in the syllabus. When you do that, then you will master the syllabus. When you master the syllabus, most of the questions will be there in your hand. That's one thing that you have to keep in mind. Right? Now, select the best references. There were very good references. So try to just explore the best books. So for each section, there are certain important books. So like for example, for biological anthropology, Pinath. For socio-cultural anthropology, Madan and Majumdar. For archaeological anthropology, you can refer the prehistoric archaeology by Bhattacharya. And for the Indian anthropology, you can refer the book by Nadeem Hastine. For tribal anthropology, you can refer the LP Vidyarthi's book. And for theories and thoughts, you can refer the history of anthropological thought by Pandey and Gaya and Pandey and Upadhyay. So there were some best references. So try to just bag best references. Then you must build conceptual clarity and work upon the conceptual enrichment. So how can you get conceptual clarity and understanding? You can attempt regular classes, or you can do this from self-study. But I would suggest you to proceed with regular classes, because friends, in class, everything will be systematically provided to you, starting from the explanation to the study material and the basic handwritten notes. You can make it. So that's one thing. Then after completing, getting the conceptual clarity, you must proceed towards the hotspot identification. So what is hotspot identification? So you can do this through PYQ analysis. Most of the questions would be repeated in nature. So themes will be systematically picked and repeatedly asked. So you will get that kind of thing when you go for PYQ analysis. You must do that. That's one thing. Then you have to enhance the skill set through answer writing. Skill set through by making value addition aspects. So that's how you have to do that. So that's one another step in your strategy. Then rigorous practice through PYQ solving as well as writing test series. So these are nothing but important steps that you have to keep in your preparation. So we have understood that anthropology can fetch you the best marks, but without having a good technique and without having a good strategy, my dear friends, it is very much difficult to score high. So incorporate all these steps into your preparation so that definitely, trust me, definitely you can score better in anthropology optional. So key thing here is that you must ensure shall have to have the handwritten notes for you with all the words that is mentioned in the syllabus. So that is the one thumb rule you have to keep in your mind. So friends, then let us move ahead and let's try to know some of the traits that were common to the toppers. So some of the traits are like this. So they will make their systematic handwritten notes. So that's one quality that you also shall have to possess if you want to become a next topper. Then leave no stone unturned. That means read the syllabus completely and cover the notes completely in a systematic fashion. Do not leave any portion unwritten. That's one thing. Then you must adapt a smart strategy. So every topper has adapted it. So you have to have and you have to devise your own smart strategy for it. That's one thing. Then intense writing practice was one of the toppers' trait. So master the art of answer writing. So all the toppers have mastered the art of answer writing. So you also have to master answer writing in your own style, right? Then next thing, every topper has had the hard-working tendency with the smart strategy. So club hard work with the smart strategy and just bag your own seat. Then dedication, passion, self-discipline, they were some of the values and qualities that the toppers possessed. So you also shall have to have the dedication, passion and self-discipline, all these aspects. Are you getting this? So they were all nothing but some of the common traits that I have observed from the toppers. So some of the toppers whom I have guided, so they all had these kind of traits, qualities with them. So if you want to become a topper with anthropology as an optional, so you must and shall have to possess these kind of traits or qualities. Is that clear for you? So that's one thing. So then friends, let's move ahead and let's try to understand some of the common myths and facts about anthropology optional. Right? So there were so many myths about anthropology optional. So let us try to address some of those myths regularly students will ask. So if you look at the list of some of the myths, so first myth is that anthropology is a science subject and not suitable for all the aspirant. This is one myth. What do you think about it? Think for a while. Friends, trust me. Anthropology is a beautiful blend of all the disciplines. You can have the relevance of social sciences, you can have the relevance of general sciences and physical sciences, and you can have the relevance of the language and that aspects, and you can also have the relevance of the other subjects. So it's a beautiful blend of all the disciplines. So there is no particular background that is required for you to select anthropology as an optional subject. If you are from humanities background, you can opt anthropology. If you are from science subjects background, you can opt. If you are from the mathematics or such kind of technical backgrounds like engineering, you can opt, because the history talks about it. So think about the toppers. Think about the academic background of the toppers. So it's not only for the students with science background. It is for all the aspirants who had any field of study can opt, because it's a beautiful blend of all the subjects. So that's one thing. Then second thing, anthropology is too technical subject and we need to draw artistic diagrams. So friends, if you see in geography, you need to draw maps. Aren't they diagrams? If you see in general studies, that's in science and technology, you need to draw some diagrams. Was it a diagrammatic subject? And then if you see other subjects, so where you need to draw international relations, so where you have to draw the maps and there you have to talk about something. So every subject will have its own hardships and things. But with right practice, it is very simple. It lies with the mentor. So friends, I will train you how to draw good diagrams. It's not a matter. So we have to draw diagrams, but basic diagrams we have to draw. So don't worry, that's very simple. So then, this is also myth. And then third myth is anthropology is a very easy optional. They will feel that anthropology is a very easy optional and one can score 300 plus by simply mugging up or by hearting some sections. Friends, this is a myth, because unless until you put your efforts systematically, another thing, unless until you go with the right strategy and approach, it is not possible for you also to score more than 300 plus. Because if you go by simple false myth that I can easily score, I will take, so that's not possible. Remember, there is no shortcut to success, my dear friends. So you have to put your efforts in a systematic manner. You have to make your handwritten notes. You have to enrich your skill set, and you have to practice rigorously answer writing. Then only you can score well. So that's one thing. But nevertheless, with right strategy, with right approach, with right values, it is very much possible to score best. So that's one thing. Then next myth is that too many tribes need to remember and need to by heart all of them. Friends, facts are part and parcel of our study. In economy, you will have to learn about a lot of data and facts. With that, are you just vomiting for reading the economy? And in polity, you will have to read and learn about a lot of articles. So wasn't it factual? In the similar fashion, here also you need to learn some of the tribes, that's it. And defined set of tribes will be there. So you will have the relevance everywhere. So that's it. So you no need to just by heart all the tribes that are available worldwide, but rather some strategic tribal examples you must use. That's it. Then terminology is very difficult to remember, so it is better to avoid it. See, if you are unable to take risks in the life, then how can you just move ahead? So friends, trust me, what Rabindranath Tagore and Subhash Chandra Bose said, you have to take risks in the life. So if you win, you can lead. If you fail, you can guide, isn't it? So strategically, you have to take risks. So here, terminology is not that difficult if you proceed with the root word approach. So friends, I will guide you and I will make the terminology simple for you, because there are some techniques how to just master the vocabulary of anthropology. So if you just learn in a systematic fashion, nothing is difficult. So impossible itself says that I am possible, right? So trust me, it's not going to be such a difficult aspect for you. So that's with respect to the some of the important myths and other aspects. So friends, trust me, like this aspect that unlike other optionals, so anthropology is a beautiful blend of all other optionals. So it will help you to score better, and thus it helps you to sail through the UPSC journey. So friends, that's all for today from my side. So if you have any sort of other doubts, you can just mention your doubts in the comment section, and I'll answer to those questions, and I'll try to make the videos on that particular aspect also. So that's all for today from my side. So it's me, your Dr. Suresh Guramgunda, signing off, and thank you all for watching the video, and We'll meet in another important discussion with other important strategy. So thank you all of you.